Mike Tyson.
There we go.
Iron Mike.
People around the world do want to see this American phenomenon.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine.
Hi, I'm Mike Tyson, heavyweight champ of the world. I won titles, I had everything in the world, but I still had that darkness in me.
Mike Tyson punch out.
Had tigers, bro. He wrestled with them.
I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been.
Because at this particular point, I was throwing, what can I say, hydrogen bombs. And at any moment, man, every punch was with murderous intention.
I believe he will be the youngest heavyweight champion of all time.
Hydrogen bombs? Jeez Louise. Do you know the level of hydrogen
I
bombs?
believe that eventually he will go down in history as the greatest heavyweight champion ever.
A word from our sponsor. It's no coincidence I'm talking about this incredible game Warpath in my Mike Tyson documentary.
Wow.
Action, strategy,
Incredible.
destructive conquest. It's what made Mike Tyson.
Jeez, look at that dude!
He very late after me a joint code for a scary
You're sponsored. I'm not.
He was a great American success story, a street kid who fought his way out of poverty to astounding fame and fortune.
An ominous sense of dread.
Fear was a lot of Tyson's weaponry. The fighters came in almost frozen.
He comes naked with his shoes on. He's a gladiator. He signifies what he's about.
Mike Tyson's opponents come in with great psychological disadvantage.
Guys come into the ring and they are scared.
Black shoes, no socks, black trunks. As soon as you stepped in the ring, the other guy across the ring, what were you thinking? I mean, because he was thinking, oh, that's my ass.
Tyson has the anticipation of a Doberman who's happened upon 210 pounds of unguarded.
But it was hot in that stadium, apparently.
Challenge me, these fighters, you know what I mean?
It was like 100 and something degrees.
Boxing skills, you know what I mean?
So that's why they sweat before they got into the ring.
He was trained to adopt.
Wherever I've been, okay, what country, I've never had experience being captivated and spending that 7 years with Cus D'Amato.
He's the one showing the size on me and anything, but it was the intimidation factor. He said intimidation is the most magnanimous factor in life.
Won national junior Olympic boxing championships. 15-year-old Mike Tyson.
15? Jeez.
Here we go. Bombs away, Jimmy. Let's watch this carefully. Because Tyson in the blue is a bomber. He's trained by no other than Cus D'Amato.
Oh, dang. Oh, my God. His speed. Gee, it just started.
By Cus D'Amato had Lord Patterson and Jesse Torres, 2 world champions.
I remember one day we were in a house, we were robbing somebody's house, and my friend who thinks he's a professional, he tried to lock the door, but the guy came, opened the door, and blew his brains out.
I'm from that world.
By age 10, Mike had been abandoned by his
man.
father and lived mostly on the streets.
Mike Tyson beat up a boy who stole his pigeon when he was 9. By 11, he was fighting for money.
Everybody would
Oh, yeah, man. Don't steal somebody's pigeon. Who even does that? Who even thinks about that? I'm gonna steal your pet? What the heck, bro? Like, I heard about money.
Criminal activity. He was arrested 38 times by the age of 13.
I have been through some real hard times, and to get through them, I believe that there was something out there, like someone had a plan for me.
I got introduced to a German by the name of Bobby Stewart, and he started teaching me how to box, because I thought I was a tough guy.
Stewart then brought Tyson to a gym above the police station in Catskill, New York.
Mike Tyson came to me as a result of an interest taken in him by a fellow named Bobby Stewart. Now, he was 13 and a half years old, I believe.
This old Italian guy would be my mentor eventually, and his name was Cus D'Amato.
You remember Cus D'Amato, the man who managed Floyd Patterson's heavyweight title?
Cus was revered as an all-time great boxing trainer. As fate would have it, he just happened to be in proximity to perhaps the most talented, gifted fighter to ever exist.
And now, his seasoned eye for talent has spotted a fresh, up-and-coming young heavyweight named Mike Tyson.
He taught Mike from the age of 13 to the age of 19 how to control his emotions.
Cus D'Amato immediately saw Tyson's potential.
Your mind is not on your work.
13 or 19. Jeez Louise. That's so early.
There's something distracting you.
He was my father. He was my father. And there's nothing else I could tell
Aww.
you. I'd love to tell him.
God dang! Look at the time, it wasn't even 30, 20 seconds, bro! Oh my gosh! And you're wearing head guards! You're knocking people out, and you're wearing head guards!
Great boxing trainer Cus D'Amato, who finally turned Mike's life around. Took him under his wing and rechanneled Mike's energies into boxing.
D'Amato immediately went to work, preparing him to be a champion.
When you get hit, that's when you gotta be calm. That's when you gotta be calm. When you get hit.
True.
A professional fighter has gotta learn how to hit and not get hit. At the same time, be excited.
Tyson channeled the rage of the impoverished and abused.
I was angry, you know, I was just a little kid.
Gosh!
I wanted to make people pay.
Being part of Cus D'Amato's family was therapeutic. It gave him direction, it gave him order, it gave him...
Dang.
Tyson's teams were spent in the D'Amato family.
Yeah, because apparently when you get hit, you lose focus or whatever. So that's why you... I don't know.
And doing as well as he's doing and improving as he has gives me the motivation and interest to stay alive.
And from the beginning I met him, he always talked to me like I was never talked to me like a child. And he said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to beat all these guys. We're going to win this championship. And I didn't even have an amateur fight yet. And he told
That's
me,
a good dad.
He just met me. I'm a little kid. He said, you're going to be the world champ.
You get emotional when you talk about Cus.
I didn't know I was the one.
But you were a specimen.
Things more than that to be a fighter.
Tyson, when I first had him, he was 190 pounds, nothing but muscle, 12 years old.
His anger.
No way, dude! No way! 190, 12 years old? No, no, oh my god!
And it was 2 years
190? Yo! Bro, I'm 170. And I'm 20. Oh my.
8-second knockout. Let's go.
The help that Cus gave Mike was not only in the ring, but out of the ring.
And even though I had a mother and family, that was my first encounter with love.
Yes. And so you were the son he never had.
Aww.
It becomes a roaring blaze. And then when it becomes a roaring blaze, I pour huge logs on. And then you really got a fire going. That's what I do with these boys. That's what I try to do.
Did you live there at his house with him?
Yeah.
For how
He
long?
adopted me from 14 to 19 till he died.
Aww. Five years. That sucks, man. That's just unfortunate.
He had maybe a dozen fights in the Junior Olympic Championship, and he knocked out every fighter he fought to win the national championship twice.
He's rolling on the floor. He's so happy.
They stop, you know, and it's like, wow, Mike Tyson. You're Mike Tyson, aren't you?
He's got the physique, he's strong. You know, he's awesome looking. But he's a kid in a man's body.
Everyone wanted a piece of the champion destroyer from the West.
See, everything Cus told me, I believed it because I achieved it.
Right.
Mike skipped the Olympics and opted to turn pro as soon as possible.
The professional debut of Mike Tyson in the white trunks.
This kid with a butcher block body just beating the bejabbers out of people in a wham bam thank you ma'am fashion.
And this is not going to take too long.
He debuted to tremendous fanfare.
Oh my gosh, the power. Do you hear that? Sounds like a gun, bro.
That is a pretty impressive professional debut.
He did not disappoint.
And you just wonder how much of a Cus D'Amato and Jimmy Jacobs, his two managers, are going to throw at him.
Jim Jacobs and Bill Caton were the management behind Tyson's early career.
Jim Jacobs and Cus D'Amato were very, very close friends.
And he served as another strong father figure for Tyson to confide in.
Because when I leave, he not only will know how to fight, he will not only understand many things, but he'll also be able to take care of himself because I have good friends like Jim Jacobs and Bill Caton who are thoroughly and completely honest.
Jacobs also regards himself as Mike Tyson's best friend.
Jacobs had a very good relationship with Tyson. It was like a big brother, little brother type.
Bill and I both feel that Mike Tyson is definitely going to be the heavyweight champion of the world.
We were right.
Well, we saw Mike Tyson's professional debut. Hard to believe it's just about a month ago in round one. Well, we didn't get much of a chance to see Tyson. And already in what seconds, Singleton touches down.
Storming his way through one pro after another.
Down goes Singleton again, a left hook this time. This boy is tough. Just a perpetual motion machine so far. This isn't going to go too long.
Oh my gosh! Hit after hit after hit after hit. Why even get back up?
Almost as if disappointed that the fight is over so quickly. Walks back to his corner.
And when he turned professional in early 1985, he wanted to get him into the arena, back to the gym. If you let him run wild, he's going to get in trouble. Think.
Oh my god, I swear with these ads, bro.
In a way, Mike Tyson is an American pit bull. And that he was trained, to be a killer in the ring.
Because you know he
Look
can't
at that, bro.
So you can throw the bomb with all the power you can generate.
Mike insisted on knocking out.
That's the crazy thing. You block the shots, and you're still taking power. Just power after power. Because he doesn't stop.
He was just an amazing man. And once I met him, and I was getting in trouble a lot, but once I met this guy, my whole life just changed.
Like, he was really in shape. He didn't gas, that's what.
They recognized the need to keep Mike busy, so Tyson fought almost monthly.
That's his trainer, Kevin Rooney, who was a pretty decent welterweight in his day, 5'10". He is not a big heavyweight. He's only a kid, mentor and father figure. Cus D'Amato has been raising him in the fistic arts.
Tyson was like a sponge. He just absorbed everything that Cus had to teach him.
His
Jeez, the footwork.
Head movement seemed unstoppable.
The head movement, throwing the punches with bad intention.
Take your eyes off the ring card, girl. Watch the fight. We've had a good first round between Mike Tyson and his third pro opponent. Don't help him.
Oh my god.
Looks apprehensively at Tyson. Good right hand. Early in the fourth, can Tyson finish this? I think so.
Oh my, I can't watch this death and destruction, bro. I can't watch.
Did you ever stop and think like, man, how lucky am I that I ran into that man?
No, he said he summons me.
He summoned you. Whoa, he summoned you.
Because if you take a boy and you teach him how to fight from beginning to end, part of you is in him too.
Oh, true.
So that when he fights, part of you is in that ring.
From Catskill, New York, he is undefeated in 3 professional bouts, all victories, all knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for Mike Tyson.
This horrific storming.
My goodness.
Coming after your soul.
Hit after hit. Oh my god.
Boy, that was fast. Boy, that was hard.
220 pounds, but moved like a 160-pound guy.
220, bro. And he's snapping.
This is all over. Yes,
oh my.
I don't believe it. That's well inside a minute. Tyson.
Oh my gosh. I feel like crying. I know this dude feel like crying. Gee, cry! Oh my god!
Mike would come right over here in the mirror and just practice it.
Oh, he's crazy, bro. He's got it.
Great boxing manager.
Great man. That was a great point in my life.
You know, America, the world, America is run by money. It's run by business. Is run by money. Money first. Money first. The big businessmen, they make decisions based on money. How the money. Cus was the principle. What was right and what was wrong. And money meant nothing to him.
He used to tell me to be careful of this, to watch out for this, and everything that he said when he was alive came true.
Armstrong is already bleeding from the nose.
Oh, his neck! Where'd his neck go? Okay, we're going back. Look at his neck! Look at his neck! Go big! Ah!
No matter the environment, Mike attacked.
My shots are so accurate and so precise, not to be egotistic.
They are, bro. He snapped his He snapped his neck, bro.
Tyson goes 5-0 with all 5 knockouts, and it was a devastating second round.
Mike has great skills, but Cus brought him out. Cus was an enormously talented trainer and teacher of young boys.
Tyson not only has a very hard, terrific punch in either hand, but he has developed elusive qualities and has the most important quality, the will to win.
While in the gym, he practiced D'Amato's peekaboo style, fighting with one's hands high, as if in a defensive screen.
He has the ability, he has the potential, and most of all, he has the desire. He really wants to be a champion.
Oh my god.
How much pressure and how much can a 19-year-old take putting the pressure on to be the youngest champion in the world?
Well, of course, that's them talking. That's Cus D'Amato and Tyson making these bold predictions, and they put pressure on themselves.
I tell you, I am glad I am this side of the ropes and not that side of the ropes.
You would go to.
You see how big his legs are?
Somebody up. It wasn't a fight. It was an execution.
Boxing is the theater of the unexpected.
Gosh, Tyson. Like, compared to other dudes' legs, his legs are bricked up, bro.
Describes Mike Tyson.
When Cus D'Amato trained you,
When you see big Mike Tyson come for you, you better head in the other direction in a hurry.
It's become difficult for Mike to gain any ring
Bro.
experience.
My
Nobody
gosh.
wants to get into the ring with Mike Tyson.
One of the problems that we have, Bill Caton and I, managing Mike, is that when you manage a fighter who's a devastating puncher, you cannot really calculatingly plan for a fight to go 8 rounds or 10 rounds.
Right.
Mike Tyson, in my opinion, the most exciting young heavyweight in boxing. He keeps punching. But hold on to your hat.
Just a tap.
Go that far.
Down he goes, the left hook. Just buried him, dug him in the ribs.
It was a
And Michael
left and a right.
Johnson went goodbye.
He like, do I really want to keep fighting this dude? Do I really want to? Oh no. Yep, that's how it is. He was unsure of himself and took it seconds after. Oh my, he's not coming back up. He said, yeah, I'm done with this dude. This ain't worth it.
Still undefeated, Mike Tyson, the man in the truest sense is an animal, but we say that in a positive way.
To use the word animal might be a bit of disrespect, really, but he certainly was in the ring. I mean, he feared nothing, and he was brilliantly trained and managed. He was well looked after and well taught, you know.
Well, 8 previous opponents thought that they were the toughest for Mike Tyson. Donnie Long may well be.
Donnie Long was nicknamed the Master of Disaster.
Will this be a win that puts Donnie Long back into the heavyweight picture?
this will be a win that let everybody know that Donnie Long is back.
He boasted Tyson would be a springboard for his career.
Man, your battle stations, this is going to be a good one. Scheduled for 6 rounds.
Mike Tyson on the road. He's only been fighting professionally for 9 months, but so far very impressive, John. That power is awesome.
Tyson again, another one of those fresh youngsters, only 19 years of age.
Jeez. Power. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. A springboard, he said?
5 of 8 have fallen in the first with a strong right hand barrage again.
This is as bad as I've ever seen Donnie Long look.
Bro, he literally took damage after the punch. It was like a shockwave. It took him seconds to register. Oh wait, this really do hurt. I'm going down.
All you come get some. Mike Tyson's out here. He's waiting for you. All come get some.
Cus believing that he cared for the downtrodden people. He really was that guy. He was the guy that fought for the people that didn't have anyone to fight for them.
I mean, a coward and a hero, they're the same. I mean, they feel the same. It's what they do that makes them different. It's what he does that makes him a hero, and what the other fellow doesn't do that makes him a coward.
Mike Tyson undefeated in his 10th professional fight against Robert Collet.
And with a fellow with this type of competitive spirit and the punching power, I can't see him lose.
Left hook, good night. What a
Jeez. The left, the right. You can't take either one. You just fall.
Look at the stats. 10 fights, 10 wins, 7 inside the first round. Tyson impassive. Kevin Rooney cutting the gloves off. Is it getting a bit too easy for Mike Tyson?
Because in my opinion, the mind and emotions are about 75% of boxing.
Tragically, Cus D'Amato passed away. The only real father figure Mike had ever known was gone.
That sucks so much, dude.
Cus had surrounded Tyson with everything he'd ever need to carry on. A trusted management team with Jim Jacobs and Bill Caton. A loving trainer in Kevin Rooney, who'd been brought up by Cus himself.
Tyson still lives in the home owned by the D'Amato family.
The Tyson story is more, in my opinion anyway, the Cus D'Amato story.
If Cus would have remained in your life a little bit longer, do you think that your life would have turned out a little bit different?
Totally different.
I feel like his career and his life would have been very different if Cus didn't die when he did.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
You miss him to this day? Do you think, Mike, that if he had lived, that your life would have been different? Oh, yeah.
The late and legendary trainer Cus D'Amato was the only real father figure Mike Tyson ever knew.
That hits, man.
10 fights, but very few of them go past the first round.
The bobbing and the weaving, the constant head movement, the crouching, etc.
First punch he threw. Eddie Richardson, looking at the referee, is in much disbelief as we are. Tyson is a little icebox rather than a refrigerator, I'll tell you what.
Why did he fly? Oh my gosh. That is really scary. And I'm getting a headache. That's how I know I'm starting to feel the punches. And that's a problem. It's too strong. No, don't do it. Add. Every time, bro, with these ads. I'm getting sick and tired of this.
The heavyweight division has always been boxing's glamour group, and now a new star is rising in the division. He's 19-year-old Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson, like Muhammad Ali, transcends the sport of boxing.
Ow. Ow.
Everybody thinks that no one can challenge Mike Tyson right now. You could take anybody out.
Jeez, the power.
My mission is to go and destroy and not to let anything get involved. You get punched, you get hurt. I refuse to be hurt, knocked down, and knocked out. I can't lose. I refuse to lose.
The Raging Bull, Jake LaMotta, had an ominous warning for the young fighter.
Stay away from all the garbage out there. Yeah. There's a lot of garbage out there.
Oh, yeah. Well, why do women have to be garbage, though?
I know, but it's, unfortunately, guys like you and I, we attract garbage.
Tell me about this approach of yours to boxing. You enter the ring, you wear black, you don't wear socks.
I'll tell you, Mike Tyson has come to fight tonight. That's the first time I've seen a main event fighter come in the ring with no robe on. He says, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, you're that big, you do attract clout garbage in nowadays.
Don't get a snack, don't even get up to look for the channel changer. This fight is not going to get outside the first round.
Awesome is an overused word in the 19th.
There's no way he flew, bro. He's actually flew.
15 fights in 1 year, 15 knockouts, so you take it, send it to all the sportscasters, and then come in and people just start bidding to have me fight in their city or whatever, their town.
David Jacob, the white fighter in the dark blue trunks, mixed it with the best. Tony Tucker, Pierre Kutzer. He's knocked out Razor Ruddock. Can't fault this quality of opponent for Mike Tyson.
Tyson had made believers out of the public.
One more, he's gone.
Seemed like a foregone conclusion.
Yep. He already started wobbling.
That Mike Tyson will be the next heavyweight champion.
Yes, that's true. Mike is a ray of sunshine coming to the heavyweight division.
Kid Dynamite.
But the majority of the boxing world picture him as the man who will be king.
Tyson Mania took the sporting world by storm.
He has recently been on the cover of national magazines, notably Sports Illustrated and The Ring magazine, a feature in People magazine.
I don't believe there's ever been a fighter who has reached this prominence this quickly in the history of boxing.
People don't realize that heavyweight boxing in the early 80s was dead. Nobody cared. Because Larry Holmes, after he beat Muhammad Ali, everybody was sad. It was like a sad thing.
You wonder what pressure, if any, Tyson experiences at this stage of his career.
Dude, oh my god. Oh my god. He's done. He's done.
And of course, as a result, generated far more press and far more coverage on television than any fight.
I still can't believe that one cover where they kept his freaking pubic hair, bro.
I have been to a lot of fights, right? And I have never heard punches like I've heard your punches. I mean, I've seen punches, but I've never heard them. They were the loudest.
Right.
Either you hit the hardest or that man was just like made of cement or something.
Everybody's been talking about a young man from the Catskill area. 18 fights so far in his professional career in just 1 year as a pro.
Another spectacular first-round knockout.
Trying to make every shot count. Everyone is a grenade.
Ow, his head. Ow, it snapped back in place.
HBO have brought in over $2 million for 8 fights.
And then there's his age. At 19, is it too much to ask to be the heavyweight champ of the world?
And when I walked in that building and Mike Tyson walked into the ring without robe and the reaction of the crowd, I had never at any time seen anything like that.
He wears no robe. He wears no socks with his boxing shoes. He says that makes him feel more like a warrior, more like a gladiator as he enters the ring and eclipses Floyd Patterson as the youngest heavyweight champion of all time if he wins the title anytime before May 5, 1988.
to slip punches that has not been seen in the heavyweight ranks since Muhammad Ali.
Speed, man. Oh my! Go ahead, play it back, play it back. What did he do? What did he do? What did he do to him? What did he tell me? Tell me, what did he do? What did he do? What did he do? When he was gassed and open, there you go, one strike. That's
It was now that Don King made his first appearance in Tyson's career. Here's 80s Tyson speaking about King, juxtaposed with present-day Tyson.
Don King had helped me through a great deal of pressure when I was going through distress. Bill Caton didn't care to put 2 cents in. No one else cared to help. So no one can tell me anything bad about Don King. If I say Don King's a no good, lousy thief, then everybody can believe me. He's a no good right.
Then I got caught up with this other piece of Don King, who's a wretched, just a wretched, slimy, reptilian mother.
So it's more than just a business relationship.
Absolutely. Basically, he's just like anyone else. He's a father, he has children, he loves his grandkids, and he's happy. And he's happy his life's very successful.
He's just a bad man. It's a real bad man. He abused you, and he would throw you. He's ruthless, he's deplorable. He doesn't know how to love anybody.
Do you think he ever, as people said about others, robbed from you?
I don't believe he ever robbed from me.
Don King is facing a grand jury investigation, and there are accusations that he mishandled Mike Tyson's money.
First of all, just let me say, only in America. I'm excited about HBO having a fantastic show tonight on HBO.
The trajectory of Mike's life was about to change.
Some people, man, they're there to act like they care about you. Really, they don't. They're there to take away from you, because you are great.
The count is 6. The count is 8. He will not get up. It's over.
Sam, show me what heavyweight throws punches that quick.
This man's talents and skills and how he's honing those skills. Talking to Jim Jacobs there.
But here, the spotlight falls most directly on 20-year-old Mike Tyson, whose public appeal grows every time he fights.
Marvis Frazier, who has just entered the ring here in the Glens Falls Civic Center. The record 16-1 with 7 knockouts.
You know, because I started to learn who I could really be. Not who I wanted to be, but who I could be at that particular stage of my life.
Tyson comes out slugging.
He comes out smoking like Marvis's father, Joe.
No time to rest.
It did not last 20 seconds.
His fastest knockout, which came against Marvis Frazier in 1986.
Right now, there is Jim Jacobs. Yes.
Manager of Mike Tyson talking to him.
Jeez, Louise, man.
Look at a guy like Mike Tyson in his prime. I mean, he was the epitome of dedication.
Come on, bro. These ads every single time.
I was confident. I trained real hard with my trainer, Kevin Rooney, who I owe a great deal to.
Kevin Rooney had guided Tyson's training every step of the way. Much like Mike, Rooney was a disciple of D'Amato and had been with Mike since he was a kid. Their closeness allowed Rooney to continue to press Tyson for strict training discipline, despite Tyson's growing fame and ego.
Well, the fact remains the press and the public alike continuing to sing the praises of this man, Mike Tyson. They think the next great champion.
You would get into the ring and people were scared of you.
Okay, don't anybody go to the toilet or the refrigerator. Mike Tyson has short working hours. He punches in and punches out.
One of the things that's always fascinated me about you is this ability you have to intimidate opponents. A lot of them seem to have been beaten before they got in the ring almost.
To weaponize fear in a way few ever have.
When you came around, all of a sudden, everybody's watching heavyweight boxing. The heavyweight boxing wasn't boring again. It was the
Oh my god, your mouth guard.
crazy, exciting.
Get his mouth guard, bro. Oh my gosh! I can't watch it. Dude. Why are you still standing, bro? Just take the loss. Ah! I'm shaking. I'm shaking. I'm shaking, bro. I'm cringing.
It appears at the heavyweight title. The undefeated heavyweight has signed to fight in the HBO title unification series, and he'll face Trevor Berbick, the WBC title holder, probably sometime this fall. And if Tyson should beat Berbick, he would become the youngest man in history ever to win the heavyweight championship.
Berbick was the last person to fight Ali, and he hurt Ali very bad. When you fought him, was there any revenge?
100%, yes, no doubt about it. I said, oh, I can't wait till I get him. Him and Larry Holmes.
The fight brought out all the A-listers and Tony Danza.
I laugh at Tony Danza. And I'm super creepy.
Is that Hank Hill? Eddie Murphy, Sylvester Stallone.
So now the moment of truth is not far off. This will be the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World. He could go into the record books tonight if he can capture the title from the reigning champion.
Oh, I forgot he came on just that white shirt, bro.
Has trained his whole life for. This is what Cus D'Amato and Jimmy Jacobs trained this man for.
I believe he will be the youngest heavyweight champion of all time. And if he remains dedicated, interested, and without any distractions, I believe that eventually he will go down in history as the greatest heavyweight champion ever.
Cus used to always talk, situation he was saying, if you really took a deep interest in it, you would be champ of the world. And if there was no problem, you would be champ.
There is electricity in the crowd. I've got goosebumps. On the line, the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world.
It would have happened to any fighter, because at this particular point I was throwing, what can I say, hydrogen bombs. Every punch was with murderous intention.
Yeah, throwing bombs nonetheless. Oh my gosh.
Capturing that moment.
Jeez, he said that dude hit hard, bro. He hits hard. He's wobbled. He's done. He lost balance. He's just fighting to stand up now. Yeah.
He absolutely destroyed him. He knocked him all over the ring. It was over in 2 rounds, and at that time you thought this guy is going to be the champion for a decade or more.
Yeah.
Tyson seized the title in spectacular fashion.
God, chills. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
He's 20 years old. He is quite an incredible force in the
You don't have your legs anymore. Oh my gosh, he's still fumbling, bro.
In a devastating second-round knockdown,
bro.
Mike Tyson, age 20, became the youngest heavyweight.
Bro, he's still falling. That was 20 seconds ago. You're still feeling a shot from 20 seconds ago. You're still feeling a shot from 20 seconds ago.
At 20, he was the youngest heavyweight champion in history.
If it wasn't for Cus, this would never happen. The idea I'm the youngest champ in the world, the idea that it'll live forever, the record I think will never be broken. And it's what I can say. He's probably up there right now saying, you did a lot of mistakes. You did a lot of mistakes.
The title brought fame, money, and temptation.
Juvenile delinquent to media superstar in 7 years, he adorns the covers of magazines. A charismatic young man who displays
amazing, man.
What was that like to be the youngest heavyweight champion? Did you get to enjoy it, or was it just pressure, leeches, trust problems, betrayal?
All of those. Whenever you're big.
That's what it was.
Yeah, like he said.
Mike Tyson, heavyweight champ of the world. Let's talk boxing.
Great champions have their fans.
Help me. Help you. Iron Man. Say it. Say no to drugs.
But very few have been cheered and loved like this one.
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power.
The world media has descended on Las Vegas again.
And one of them will leave the ring with the WBC and the WBA titles.
Astronomers have recently discovered a rare supernova, an exploding star. Mike Tyson is boxing's supernova, a force of nature who has exploded on all of us.
Already strapped, Tyson now sought to unify the heavyweight titles.
Another big left hand. Thomas is hurt.
Jeez.
Two uppercuts to the left hand. Thomas trying to
Jeez.
serious trouble.
Jeez. Why are you just I mean, I know why he's just standing there, obviously, because he's getting hit back and forth. He can't get his guard up, but it's like, just fall, man.
It is over. Thomas did not make it by the count of 10.
I think he's going to be heavyweight champion for a very long, long time.
A man with a chance on August 1 to unify the championship in the eyes of all three existing governing bodies.
One man will climb out of this 20-foot square with the undisputed title for the first time since February 15, 1978.
Tyson aimed to unify all three heavyweight titles.
Mike Tyson entertains the public. When he enters the arena, it's the same feeling people get if they're going to watch a picture like
Jeez.
yours. They know they're going to be shocked, entertained, amazed, but affected emotionally.
Ouch, ouch. What? Oh my god! No! He's bleeding! Is that it?
Tyson had become the first undisputed.
Are you serious?
In 10 years.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, the money, the fame, at that age, you're the champion, the baddest man alive.
For the homes.
I got chills. Oh my. No, I don't need a taco, okay? Get out of here, Taco Bell.
3 girls who seemed to be semi-serious about 3 women. This was Miss America, Robin, and a very gorgeous model.
Oh dang, Tyson. Tyson?
Beaten Muhammad Ali down in Ali's final days of boxing. Cus D'Amato took the Holmes beating of Ali so personal, he called Ali the day after to complain about it.
The next morning, Cus is on the phone with Muhammad Ali. How do you let that bum hit on you, Jeff Ali? How do you the bum? Why you let that bum beat on you? Cus he's almost getting sensitive, emotional. Why is the bum? And he was saying, but I said, when I get big, I'm gonna get him for you. I'm gonna revenge you. If I said some stupid, I'm gonna restore your honor. And then January 22nd, I'm fighting him. Then Ali comes into the ring and said, get him for me.
Oh dang.
Tyson was in his prime as a knockout artist. He was so lethal.
Get him for me, Ali. Oh.
Heavyweight like him before.
Oh, he said, what the? This dude is not real. He said, oh, no, bro. Ah, no. Oh. Oh. Ah. Ah.
Get him from me.
Okay. Look at Ali. He said, holy crap.
Following the fight.
Got to marry some people from during my addict stage. And
He look at him laughing. He said, oh, these bitches, he said.
They moved into a grand New Jersey.
All right, Tyson.
But as soon as she got married, she called up and said, she's Mrs. Mike Tyson. I'm taking over. I want to see all the books and all the records.
The ink wasn't dry on their marriage license
Oh, no.
before she hit the bank.
It was reported to us here in New York that Robin and Ruth were at the bank already claiming Mike's account.
Oh, she want the money.
To manage himself.
Oh, no.
Robin would manage him.
Oh, no.
Within 2 hours of the champion's arrival here,
You can forget that, buddy.
was in full cry.
Like that is sexy. Oh yeah, when you hit like that, you got, a physique like that. I guess he would be pretty attractive, yeah.
Now that I'm married, I no longer spend my wealth. My wife spends all my wealth.
The new bride's arrival only added more fuel to what was already the hottest story in town.
Tyson spent more time touring the country with Givens than he did training.
Oh no.
As Mrs. Champion, Robin, inquiring minds want to know, how does a woman who went to Sarah Lawrence and Harvard Medical School wind up falling in love with a guy who's a graduate of the School of Hard Knocks?
God, I want to know too. There's something we have a lot.
God, I want to know too.
Traditional family.
For real.
We just sort of love each other.
I'm not from there. I'm from.
Nah, she doesn't like him. That's why he's out of there.
We have a lot in common. Traditional families.
Look at her face. Look at her face.
Tyson
Oh my.
exploded on the scene in Japan. Swarmed by adoring fans, he was treated like a fabled warrior from some ancient
If
time.
you have seen Tyson before, you are aware of what is called the gladiator look. No robe, no towels, no socks, just the black trunks, the boots, and the 10-ounce Everlast glove.
He brings a professional record of 33 victories without a loss, 29 KOs, and 15 in the first round alone.
For the first time since Mike's been fighting as a professional, the other co-manager, Jim Jacobs, is not...
Look at the dude on the left. He's like, oh no. Why is he getting in that ring, bro?
Becoming less and less effective.
Tyson is now being hit, isn't he? Whereas in his early fights he wasn't.
Right.
Cus recognized early on the importance of Tyson staying very active.
The concept behind Mike fighting every 2 weeks was Cus D'Amato.
Right.
And the influences of Don King and Robin Givens.
When, yeah, that girl, that user dude, apparently. That altered your performance, Mike. They're trying to say that you got quote-unquote soft because you're out the ring. Still winning though, but
And the fans are enjoying. They're showing their appreciation here.
imagine if you were still fighting every like couple of weeks.
As a newlywed, were you thinking about that at all? Did you want to put on a special performance in any way?
Not at all, because when I'm in the ring, I'm objective, tunnel vision, and it's just, this is my world in here.
In 1988, Jim Jacobs passed away.
Funeral services were held at Riverside Memorial Cemetery for boxing manager Jimmy Jacobs.
Oh, Jim Jacobs, the dude who cared for him, apparently.
Second surrogate father.
Right.
No love in your life
No
until
love
you're
in your
13.
life. And then you come into all of this money
Jim
because
Jacob.
you're the best fighter in the
Jim
world.
Jacobs was helping him out.
Opportunity for Don King to move in on a confused 21-year-old kid.
Before Jacobs was buried, Don King made his move.
Boxing complex of promoter Don King.
Oh boy.
Home away from home for heavyweight champion Mike Tyson.
Now in the picture were a wife, a mother-in-law, promoter, and advisor.
Tyson Spinks was the most anticipated heavyweight fight in years.
$1 million gate occurs when the two fighters are so popular that the public demands the fight.
But the lead-up was dominated by Robin Givens.
Robin Givens Tyson has apparently filed a lawsuit against Bill Caton.
He was in the mix with Givens. Don King is trying to pull him away from Caton.
King used the media to insinuate Caton was stealing from Tyson. Ironic, since King would go on to steal over $100 million from Tyson.
Oh my gosh. Don King, jeez. 100 mil? Look at him. He rubbing his hands. Oh! Oh no, this dude. Not this dude.
Who went wild after he discovered that Mike Tyson had his hands taped.
Spinks' manager got cute before the fight and forced Tyson to rewrap his hands to try and throw him off. Tyson began putting his fists through walls in anger.
And he's punching. He's punching holes in the wall.
The sound prompted Spinks to investigate.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The undefeated man who brings the
No shirt, no robe, no accoutrement.
The life that he lived back then was unmanageable. He was the king of the world. He was in his 20s. He was buck wild, just going crazy, flatlining people. Everywhere he went, people would throw rose petals at his feet and screaming, cheering fans.
A record of 34-0, and that doesn't count his recent bouts with his wife and his manager.
That night,
that doesn't count his bouts with his wife and manager. Okay, buddy.
He just don't do it again. But that night he reached his peak. It was the most awesome heavyweight fight I ever saw in my life.
Gosh.
That
Jeez.
night, Tyson was as good as any heavyweight has ever been.
Jeez, Sphinx. He's like, oh, that's a gut shot too. He said, this is not life. That power is insane.
Like when he won that title, he had all the titles, and he was married to Robin Gibbons, and things started to happen.
I don't know.
All right.
My career, you know what I mean? There's no fighter like me. I was reading today there was some fighters in the papers quoting, I don't like Mike Tyson because he's too cocky and he's arrogant. But for all the fighters that said that, you know what I mean? I let them know there's no fighter like me, and I can beat any man in the world.
Bill Caton managed Tyson's career from the beginning, but was forced out of his job the night of the Spinks fight.
Tyson fired Bill Caton, turning
Oh,
to
dang.
Don King for management
Ah,
and
Don
promotion.
King. Oh, no.
Changed entirely. His marriage and Don King changed him into a different person.
After his marriage to Robin Givens and his association with Don King, Tyson's life
Uh-oh. Look at his flexor.
car accident and domestic brawl.
After the Spinks fight, Tyson went into a downward spiral of legal troubles and financial issues.
Stormy summer of '88. The broken hand against Mitch Green.
Mitch Green threw the first blow. He punched him in the chest, right around, this area right here.
Green suffered an injury to his eye. Tyson a hairline fracture to his right hand. And who knows how much damage to his reputation.
Just bad management. And then that got him even angrier. And then bad people surrounded him. No, dang.
Mike really turned into the Mike we know today, as his marriage to Robin Gibbons came apart. So did he.
In a nationally televised interview, Robin Gibbons told Barbara Walters that Tyson...
Look how big his arm is, bro.
He gets out of control. Throwing, screaming.
A charge that would later prove groundless.
He shakes, he pushes, he
Look at his face.
he swings.
But when I look back at it now, I can't believe I sat there and didn't say anything.
Robin Givens divorced him. Their marriage lasted 8 months. She took his house, $10 million, and Brad Pitt.
So she brought a guy home to see her. You want to know who it is? Brad Pitt.
Oh my god.
He must have been smoking a joint, or he must have been drinking something, because he was real close to me in the car. He had no idea. He didn't see me. But then when he got out the car, he saw me.
Oh, my.
I lost him.
Ah, come on, dude. Oh, I'm sick and tired of these.
I kept getting lawsuits this, lawsuit here. Most of my money I've tricked off on lawsuits. If I spend $250
Dang, she took the money, the house, the kids, not really. but you know what I mean.
It's not a question that I stood up for Bill Caton. I stood up for what was right, for what Cus had started.
Longtime trainer Kevin Rooney protested, so Tyson fired Rooney too.
Rooney was a wonderful trainer for him. Kevin Rooney loved him. But Don King made him fire Kevin Rooney. And I think the day Tyson fired Kevin Rooney, the cap put on Mike Tyson's development as a fighter.
Rooney had trained Tyson from
Right.
1982 to 1988.
You've been with
The
them,
final strings
Kevin
to
Rooney.
Cus D'Amato were severed.
With
It was now
Amato.
the Don King show.
Right, it was just Don King.
I think that Kevin Rooney didn't fit into the picture.
taking all
came out
the...
firing in his first fight without Kevin Rooney.
Yes, that's the new executive trainer in charge of the team. He was really imposed on Tyson. Tyson didn't want him, but finally he agreed to accept him.
While his power was still there, his head movement was still slowing.
He stopped moving his head. He started to jab less.
Oh, lovely left hook there from Bruno. Cracking punch.
Under Don King, his boxing technique began to decline and erode.
His skills were eroding. Less lateral movement began to expose him to more headshots.
The best champion the world has seen for some time.
How dare them challenge me with their somewhat primitive skills? They're just as good as dead.
Mike Tyson is the most famous athlete in the world. Fame has even followed Tyson across the sea to Japan.
Tyson's in Japan to defend his heavyweight boxing title against James Buster Douglas.
Rumors swirled about Tyson skipping gym time.
After my divorce from Robin, I lost a lot of desire in my fighting and stuff. Matter of fact, I was training and my sparring partners dropped me.
Before the fight, rumors had swirled about Tyson's mental and physical state. He'd been knocked down in sparring.
I had a few fights.
The first time, sparring partners knocked him down.
And so I didn't take Buster serious.
There was no longer any voice
Yeah,
in
you've
his
been
life
through a lot, man. Don King, getting rid of all your good people around you, your wife divorcing you, all that.
Bobby Brown said that Mike Tyson and I were in Japan. We basically stayed up all night partying with 12 Japanese girls. I kept telling Mike, you need to go to sleep and get some sleep. Stop lying, bro.
He's lying.
For the fight tomorrow. He said, then you told Bobby, listen, I'm not no amateur. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I did tell that. Right. Nobody could beat me. I got this. I go to bed whenever I gotta go to bed.
It's good that he can laugh about it now.
By this time, Tyson was alone. No wife, no family, no real friends.
Well, in the important game of expectations, this fight is over before it begins or soon thereafter.
It's a tragic story, but it's also like there's so many lessons in that story. It's like for all of us, it's like there's a lot to learn, you know, what happened when it got all the way to Buster Douglas, when it was like he felt like he can't lose.
Please welcome the challenger, James Buster
Buster Douglas always had a tremendous amount of talent, but he never totally put it together. But then his mom died. And he decided he was going to Mike Tyson up for his mother. So it was a perfect storm of Mike Tyson being king of the world.
Right.
Doesn't even feel like he has to train anymore.
Right.
All on the way, Buster Douglas for that fight trained like a demon.
He was 37-0 at that particular moment in time. He was fierce, he was menacing.
You begin to file through your memory for the biggest upset in heavyweight championship fight history.
Douglas insists that he's going to shock the world in this fight. If he should upset Mike Tyson, it would make the shocks in Eastern Europe seem like local ward politics.
Oh, dang. Yeah, Mike, you've never been hit like that before. You're always so fast.
Like when you're fighting at the real top level of a sport, you know, if you start missing training, start taking drugs, start sleeping around.
Right.
I don't think I've ever seen Tyson absorb that kind of a 4 or 5 punch combination.
Oh, right. Dang.
His training team was so inept, they had forgotten one of the most standard pieces of equipment, an end swell.
And he has swelled up Mike Tyson's eye and is dominating the fight right now.
And of course, that infamous corner treatment that he got in Tokyo, Tyson.
Because when you knocked him down, I think in the 8th round, and he got
Yeah, because his eye is swelled, yeah.
The referee gave him extra couple seconds to recover that he shouldn't have.
And there's a right hand uppercut, and down goes Douglas.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out. You're out, Buster. No, he's out.
Ah, okay.
I believe he will be the youngest heavyweight champion of all time. And if he remains dedicated, interested, and without any distractions, I believe that he will go down in history as the greatest heavyweight champion.
What I took from it is that it was the beginning of the end of Mike Tyson, the Mike Tyson that we knew.
Because all those problems came into his life, man.
The aura of invincibility was gone. Tyson's demons had finally caught up to him.
Does it seem like a dream?
Yeah, pretty much like a blur.
And suddenly, Mike Tyson, perceived as this giant monolith, has been reduced to being another heavyweight champion who got defeated.
You have seen a piece of sporting history, the like of which there has perhaps never been in a boxing ring before. Mike Tyson's reign is over. I can't believe it.
The defeat sent shockwaves around the world.
James Buster Douglas is the undisputed heavyweight champ of the world. Buster Douglas, the new heavyweight champion.
Mike Tyson, who has often bragged that no man alive could beat him, refused to be interviewed after the fight.
Yeah.
One of the things, I was sleeping and I got my ass whipped. And it doesn't change me. I'm no different, no less of a person or anything.
Tyson was motivated again to reclaim his lost prize.
Tyson's reign of terror over the heavyweight division lasted 3 years and 3 months.
He demolished the top 2 contenders en route to a shot at the championship.
Oh my God, he's back. Jeez Louise.
So at the peak of your career, you were convicted and sent to prison for
one shot, like a boss.
Did not do.
Her name is Desiree Washington, an 18-year-old college freshman.
Another beauty pageant contestant quoted you as saying, he's got a lot of money and he's dumb. You saw what Robin Givens got out of him.
He's someone that, he has so much money, he's always throwing it around.
Yeah.
I might as well get a piece of it. You know, that's how people looked at it.
Yeah. Uh-oh, what's this about?
Serving a 6-year term at the Indiana Youth Center.
6 years.
Back in the setting he knew all too well.
Everything his adopted father, Cus D'Amato, had tried to prevent had come true
under
the tutelage of Don King.
Because they wanted to keep him busy, but without that...
You have to understand, me being behind prison is going to be a lot different than the average person being behind prison.
Hey guys, come on, shut up.
Sorry, champ. It was Jerry.
The debt is paid. The prison term over. 3 years ago tomorrow, Mike Tyson entered an Indiana penitentiary.
Tyson went. This is when all he did was work out all day, apparently, in jail.
Tyson is back, and with him comes the attention and excitement that only a superstar can generate.
Tyson came back with a vengeance against Peter McNeely.
As the former champion makes his final preparations in private, you wonder if he has rekindled that burning rage that made him once nearly invincible. Now, if the former champion is to climb the mountain one more time, that journey must begin tonight in impressive fashion.
All right, Peter, let's see what you got.
Tonight, making his return to the ring, introducing the one, the only
41-1, one loss.
Through all the upheaval, Tyson remained the sport's most famous and infamous figure and its biggest box office draw.
The intensity. He wants to get this fight over as soon as possible. He wants to be impressive. He wants to be destructive.
Cus D'Amato once told him your greatest asset can become your greatest weakness. And McNeely, as advertised, comes right at Mike Tyson.
Ow. Well, looks like he got his speed back. That's crazy. He lost once and is already back. Jeez Louise, man.
The convict was still a draw. His very first fight after release won him $25 million.
His
Gosh.
Substance abuse worsened.
Mike Tyson is departing.
Tyson went out of the gym, was alone and isolated.
Aww.
Spent on drugs. I mean, you're an incredibly wealthy man.
I don't know.
I spent enough.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug. There was a lion in the front yard, loose. Wow. He was on the steps like this with a heavyweight belt. What? What?
Is that young Joe Rogan?
You have to come out play with my cat.
You and him coming over your house in a limousine, and you had was it a lion or a tiger?
Tiger. He must have thought it was a lion, but he had the tiger.
This is a crazy picture. You in your underwear with a tiger on a chain.
What made you think you could get a tiger? Like, how did that even happen?
Pet tigers, bro. He wrestled with them.
I still didn't have peace. I still had that old darkness from back before. So I become this addict now. Cause I always drank my whole life, never stopped drinking.
His boxing skills had faded slightly.
And Tyson continues to miss. And missing again, and missing again.
Couldn't pivot. Swing around on your opponent's side.
And down goes Baddest.
What made me successful is my ego, my desire, my self-hate, and the fact that I want to be up more than people want me to be down.
Yeah.
Tonight in his first title fight since losing the undisputed world heavyweight title to James Buster Douglas, February of 1990.
After a series of quick knockouts, Mike Tyson would take aim at recapturing the heavyweight title.
Combination uppercut by Tyson. Tyson laying it on. Putting it on. Down goes Bruno. It is all over. It is all over here in round 3. Mike Tyson is champion again.
In a blink, Mike Tyson had retaken the heavyweight belt.
Jeez. And he's just going, bro. He's just going and going and going. He got tattoos now, though.
For the WBA title.
A very loose-looking Bruce Seldon, a very serious-looking Mike Tyson.
He had now unified the titles again.
And Tyson with a left hook, and Seldon is down on his stomach. Oh, forget it. He's wobbly. You can always punch, and that's it. It's over in the first round.
I unified the championship again when
Again.
Bruce Seldon. I fought him and beat him in a one-round knockout, and I had 2 belts on my waist. After being out of prison,
They get to hug it, though. They get to show sportsmanship. That's nice.
I really thought I was somebody special because no one's ever done that, not even Muhammad Ali. And then once again, I let everything go away, and I believed I was God. I believed I was great. I didn't believe I had to train for them. I thought everybody was afraid of me.
Finally, after many impediments and obstacles being put in both their path,
only one belt remained to become undisputed once more. This time, he would have to face Evander Holyfield.
Apparently,
oh boy.
Holyfield kept headbutting him over and over again. The ref didn't do anything about it.
I see, he did.
And no one warned him, no one took any points for him. What am I to do? This is my career. I can't continue getting butted like that. I got children to raise, and this guy keeps butting me, trying to cut me and get me stopped on cut. I gotta retaliate.
So Tyson got really dazed and confused, and finally
he bit his ear. I can't watch it. I can't watch it. Ah!
He got bit, I think. I kept on saying, I want to get him back. I want to get him back.
Holyfield, look out! He's pushed right here above us by Tyson. He got bit in the ear. Oh my goodness, he's got a bloody right ear. Holyfield bit by a dirty Mike Tyson.
So we go back in, then all of a sudden, you bit this.
That was so fast. Oh my. I mean, he was headbutting them, but jeez, he bit his ear off.
But this time you're gonna pay twice as much.
His tasteless performance against Evander Holyfield spawned headlines like Reality Bites, Paper Chew, and Irresponsible.
To say when the butting occurred, and I thought I might lose because of a severely of a cut above my eye, I just snapped.
You know, we have never seen the Mike Tyson Bowl.
Yeah.
That was here before he went to prison. Since he came out, we have not seen that Mike Tyson.
After a 2-year layoff, Mike Tyson's ban was lifted, and he was allowed to return.
18 months after being disqualified for biting the ears of Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson comes back. That's all it took. One shot, he may not get up.
Then
jeez,
he called out
power.
Lewis.
I'm the most brutal
The definition of power.
No one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
Though he still had
Eat his children?
he was a shell of his former self.
So the man who once was the youngest heavyweight champion in history now will try to regain the title at the advanced age of 35.
The fight wasn't Tyson's last, but symbolically, it was. Kid Dynamite was never coming back.
Oh, what happened? He's not moving. I see what they mean.
So now it's just chaos and cocaine and women.
Oh, because of the drugs.
The wheels fall off.
I was madly in love with Cus D'Amato. I became, he broke me down and rebuilt me back up.
Right.
And, I became totally loyal to him.
My over-under was 90 seconds.
Mike Tyson literally exploded into our living room.
When he was being trained by Cus D'Amato, he was living
Right, Cus
the
D'Amato
total
was
existence of a man hell-bent on becoming the world champion.
so nice to him and everything.
Stewart has stated categorically that he knows he needs to keep throwing punches to try to keep Tyson occupied. If he stops throwing, he'll be dead. This could be quick.
I was afraid of a 30-second soundbite.
This fight is over.
Boxing is the theater of the unexpected. In many ways, that sentiment perfectly describes Mike Tyson, forged under the tutelage of the great Cus D'Amato.
Mike permits himself to be pushed around. He is one person in the ring and a completely different person when we go out.
A theater of the unexpected.
Scared of the real man. I'll you till you love me.
By the looks of this guy, it's not consensual sex we're talking about.
Right.
Kevin told us this guy's going to be champion as long as he wants to be champion.
It's
And it's
kinda-
obvious he wants to continue being
Steve.
What will people remember about Mike Tyson 50 years from now?
50 years? I don't know. That's the most destructive, ferocious fighting machine that God ever created. Yeah, that's what I think.
Nobody brings it home like Joe.
Nobody.
Make it so.
Don't forget to download Warpath.
That was
Use
such
my
a
link
good
in the
video.
description.
Oh my god. That was such a good video. I was in love with that. Oh my god. Ah.